Microsoft bowed to pressure by ending a key contract with the Israeli military. Last month, The Guardian released a joint investigative report exposing how Microsoft Azure was enabling mass surveillance of Palestinian communications. Israeli military unit 8200 was using the service to store and process millions of phone calls made by Palestinian civilians each day in Gaza and the West Bank. In response, Microsoft launched their own inquiry into Unit 8200's use of their cloud computing platform. On Thursday, it was announced that Microsoft had discovered violations of their terms of service by the unit and had blocked all access to its AI and cloud storage. At FIGHT, we've been campaigning to end big tech complicity in violence against Palestinians, so we welcome this news. But there's still more work to be done, pressuring companies like Google, Meta, and PayPal, who continue to fuel violence against Palestinians, with actions ranging from providing war room communications infrastructure to platforming genocidal propaganda campaigns, while simultaneously censoring documentation of human rights violations. Go to bigtechfuelsgenocide.com to take action and demand these other big tech companies follow Microsoft's lead. You can also follow BDS, No Tech for Apartheid, and Empower for Change for more updates on this fight. Customs and Border Patrol have nearly unfettered access to more than 80,000 AI-powered cameras that scan vehicle license plates via one creepy company, Flock. A recent report from 404 Media revealed pervasive mass surveillance by Flock and law enforcement. Proponents of Flock safety cameras tout their law enforcement utility, but the massive privacy risks they pose to targeted residents and their contribution to Big Brother conditions far outweigh any legitimate use to which they're put. Flock ALPRs are often affixed to utility infrastructure above streets and strip mall parking lots, capturing images of passing vehicles from which information, including license plate numbers, are shared directly with law enforcement entities like ICE. We oppose ALPRs and other tech like facial recognition because we know surveillance doesn't make us safer and puts marginalized communities and anyone targeted by the government at greater risk. It's more urgent than ever to kick ALPRs to the curb and out of our streets completely. Sign the petition to stop CBP and ICE from scanning every license plate in your town now. Some good news on the surveillance front. Anthropic, the AI safety and research startup company, recently declined requests by contractors working with federal law enforcement agencies because the company refuses to make an exception to allow its AI tools to be used for certain tasks, including the surveillance of US citizens. Anthropic currently limits how the FBI, Secret Service, and Immigrations and Customs Enforcement can use its AI models because those agencies conduct surveillance, which is prohibited by Anthropic's usage policy. Earlier this week, 404 Media announced it is suing ICE for its $2 million spyware contract. As we mentioned in a recent speedrun, ICE now has access to one of the world's most sophisticated hacking tools, Graphite, which allows the government to hack into mobile phones, track the whereabouts of individuals, and view messages and photographs. Understandably, this has activists and lawmakers deeply concerned about how ICE may use the technology. A final piece of good news: this week's VPN Day of Action was a success. We've talked about how VPN downloads have surged in response to censorship laws posing as kids' online safety measures. This week's action in defense of VPNs was an opportunity for VPN users and advocates to band together to fight for the right to privacy and to tell politicians to stay the hell away from online freedom and safety tools like VPN. We're still aiming to get a boatload of global petition signatures and calls to lawmakers in the US to defend VPNs. Sign on, spread the word, and call if you're in the US. If you're fired up about these issues and want to channel your internet outrage into real political power, click the link in our bio and follow us to learn more.